Hey guys, and welcome to another video. In this video, I will be doing a walkthrough solves video with a special guest, Antonie Paterakis. Thank you so much to him for featuring in this video, I really appreciate it. Do make sure to check out his YouTube channel and Instagram out, as well as subscribe and follow to him. Links to those are in the description below. The walkthrough solves video has a twist to it, that is, a comparison between a single cross-color solver, which is me, and a color-neutral solver, which is Antonie. Even though Antonie is considerably faster than me, it can be still seen if being color-neutral offers an easier start to the solution, which will be talked about in the video. Even though the advantages of being color-neutral are quite known, it will be interesting to compare to what extent the solve becomes easier. Some background information on my 3x3 solving: I average around 8 seconds, I use the CFOP method, where I only do white cross, and my main 3x3 as of now is the Ångstrom RS3M 2020+. Some background information on Antonie's 3x3 solving: he averages around 7.0 seconds, he also uses the CFOP method where he can start with any cross color, which is considered color neutral, and his main 3x3 as of now is the GAN 11M Pro. Links to buy these speed cubes will be in the description down below. There will be 5 walkthrough solves in this video done by both cubers on the same Scrambles. Scrambles will be on screen and in the description down below if you would like to follow along. Let's get started with the first Scramble. So for this first Scramble, my cross pieces are here, 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 and here. So if I hold it like yellow top and orange front and do an R prime, that would put these two in relation to each other and just a D prime away from being solved. And I can insert this over here so that all of them are in relation to each other. So for this walkthrough solves video, I think it's good to track these two. So we'll do that, and we'll do an R prime, and then U prime, F prime, L, and that puts all of these in relation to each other and also brings this edge out. And to preserve this pair, I would do a D prime U at the same time to align everything, and do an L prime to finish off the cross, and after that go straight into these two. And actually, in a solve, I would probably just insert like this, but it's actually good to insert it like this, because then you can cancel into this pair after you insert this, like so, and then you can do these two, like this, like so, OLL and V perm, which you can cancel into if you predict it or something.
There are quite a few options. Let's see. I think I'd go for white because I see my first pair and I see the pieces I'm going to be tracking for my second pair, and also I see another pair that has an oriented edge, which is always nice. So yeah, none of the crosses is like particularly good, but well, blue is okay, but it's a bit awkward. So yeah, I'll do white like so. Solve these two. Then I'll solve this in inspection. So yeah, I was gonna track these two, but now I see this, this is the edge I was talking about that was gonna be oriented, and this actually works out very well. So we do keyhole like this, and then I can do this to, align myself to do it from this angle, as opposed to doing this and having this awkward turn. So I'd solve it like that, and then this last pair, yeah, this is not too good, so I'd do it like this, and then I'd probably do something like that, and this actually is very nice because it skips.
My cross pieces are here, 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 and here. Even though this is not the best cross, I do not have any other option to choose from, so that's unfortunate. What you can do is we can track this F2L pair to some extent. And I noticed that since these two are opposites, and if I insert them like this, they would be placed opposites too. And that would also set up this blue to be inserted here. Then all three of them would be in relation to each other. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably do something like this. Keeping this pair in mind, I would do these two probably at the same time. And that would bring this edge here and this corner here. What we can do now is we can put this blue here and do a D2 and L D prime. That also makes a free pair here, but that was not planned. And then we can do these two first, and that also makes a free pair here. And then we can insert this here, this in here, like this, and this here, rotate, and this in the back of this pair, which we can do like this. And we should not insert like this because that would misorient some edges, so I would probably just rotate and do it. Then we can do COLL and a U-perm. Wait, that was a bad execution of the U-perm.
For the second scramble, I am tempted to go for white again, but again, none of the sides is particularly good. Okay, I'm gonna go for green. As I said, none of the sides is good. This is just the one that is alright. So I see this pair and I'm gonna preserve it in a bit of a weird way. So I'm gonna solve the cross like so. So I have these three, and I'm gonna solve this one like this. So I preserve the pair, then I do a wide move and then insert it in the front. Inserting in the front is not necessarily that good, but it's okay. Then this pair, and I see this and this. So I put it out and make it in the back, and then this last pair. Then OLL, I do this OLLCP this one is pretty easy to recognize, and then an H-turn.
So for the third scramble, the cross pieces are here, 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 and over there in the back. It would be a good idea for this scramble, I think, to track these two, especially considering the cross solution I'm gonna execute. So I'll hold it yellow top, red front, and do a B prime, L prime, B prime, R, and that brings this here. So if we insert this red, not like this, but like this, that would bring these two to the top. And now we can solve these two, like that. Now we have a couple options. We can solve this. That would not be the best option, even though it's an easy solution to the pair, because that would mean that my first two F2L pairs are in diagonal slots, which is not the most effective thing. This pair is probably the best one to solve, so I'll probably do that right now. So these two, like this. These two a little difficult look ahead, but we can solve these two. And these two. And we have OLL and PLL. So in that one, none of the white cross pieces were in the white part of the cube. So unfortunately, but the cross solution was not too bad. It was a pretty easy cross nevertheless, but there might have been a better cross if I were to be color neutral.
So this is quite the opposite of the previous scrambles. This one actually has a lot of good options. I think I'd go for green because I see I can make a very nice X cross, and this pair won't be too bad either. So I have these two already solved, and then solve that. Solve the last edge, and I purposely solve this edge right here, and then I'll pair this edge with these two, or sorry, this corner with these two edges to make an S cross like so. and then we do that. And I mentioned this pair in inspection, so that's what I'll do now. Then I'll do this pair, and then this last pair. I can skip the OLO right here with an out like this, and an E perm.
Okay, so for the fourth scramble, the cross pieces are here, 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 and here. This is not too good of a cross, actually. It's pretty bad. Okay, so I got a decent solution, so I'll probably start off by holding a yellow top, orange front, and do an L2 prime, D prime, R prime, R prime, and then I would do a U2, F prime, L, D prime, and now I have this free pair which I planned out in inspection. I didn't say that, but I did. That would make a free pair, and I can also see from now that these two would be a free pair. And it will be inserted in the back here, so I would go after inserting this, I would go straight into these two, insert like that with that algorithm, and I would do these two, and easily look into these two, and insert. I would do OLO like this, and a G prime with a U prime and UF.
Okay, I actually see something pretty good on orange. Yeah, all the other sides are pretty bad. Yellow is alright, but this is a bit of an awkward case. So I do orange. I can make an X cross again, and I see this pair will be pretty good. So I solve these two, and also solve this edge, and I know that if I solve these two, that this edge will stay in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve them like this. And now it's just a D away, but I can insert this edge right here. So actually what I would do is this. And then because these two need to be solved right here, and it's like the wrong orientation for the edge, I'll do it right here, like a YU move. So I have this slot in the back, and this is properly oriented. So then I'll solve this like that, and then this pair, then that pair, and then I'll probably sledge right here. Not that I know Z-bells, but you know, I prefer it when the edges are oriented. Now it didn't pay off because I'm gonna get a diag swap case, and I get a V perm.
Okay, so for the fifth scramble, my cross pieces are here, 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 and here. So if I do a D prime, these two would pair up. So what I would do is I would do a D prime, F prime L. That would also take this pair to the top, and also put these three in relation to each other, and to make an X cross, and then I would do a D prime, U prime R to make an X cross. I can go into these two now, and I would insert to the back these two and these two, OLL and TLL.
So obviously I see yellow right away. It's pretty interesting, but doesn't look that good. Okay, so at first sight, this looks like a pretty good scramble, or like a pretty good cross. In my opinion, none of the crosses are that good. Okay, never mind. I take that back. I see a pretty good start. Okay, so I do white for sure. White is clearly the best. I take back everything that I said because I noticed this just now. There's a very easy X cross on this scramble. So, and I'm going to be tracking this, which I think will be in a pretty awkward position over here. but I'm not too sure. So I'll be tracking those during, like, while executing the cross. So starting like this, solving these three with each other, and then I notice this edge right in the back, and this pair I always saw in inspection, and I solved them like that. So yeah, as I said, or as I predicted, this one is here in a bit of an awkward situation, but yeah, that's probably what I'd go with anyways, because that's what I would be tracking in the inspection. And I see this, and I know that I think the corner's not going to be in a good situation, but I probably wouldn't notice that in a solve. So I'd solve this like so, and this is alright. This is not too bad actually. So then I'd solve this pair like this, and probably solve the last pair like that, and then OLL. Whoops, sorry about that. I recognize it wrong. OLL and then PLL. So that's it. Thanks Tanish for having me, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.
Now that the walkthrough solves are finished, let's quickly compare the difference between being a single cross color solver and being color neutral, using the walkthrough solves that were just shown. Some of the scrambles had no white cross pieces on the white part of the cube, which is not ideal in some cases. Although these scrambles were pretty nice even when this was the case, this will not always be the case. It is very likely that when something like that happens, there's another color that has a better cross, where some of the cross pieces are already in their layer, for example, which Antonie could take advantage of, while I could not. In general, the cross execution might not be good all the time on the same cross color, but being color neutral gives a much higher probability to get a better start to the solve with a better execution, since it is likely that at least one cross color would be good to go for. That is probably likely to positively impact the transition into F2L and make it more seamless, which is great for Speedsolve. Though, one can also be 2 or 4 color neutral, for example, which also gives a higher probability of getting a better solution to the cross. For example, in one of my solves, the yellow cross was quite good, but I could not do that since I only do white cross, and I had to stick with that. So, being color neutral does positively impact your solves to a considerable extent, in my opinion. Basically, no matter how bad the white cross or any cross color that someone sticks to all the time is, one has to go for that color. Though that also means that single cross color solvers could have a better understanding and comfort with tougher solutions, which color neutral solvers might not have. So if someone is a single cross solver for a long time and then switches to color neutral, that would be great if there are no good crosses on a scramble, for example. Let me know your opinions on this in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, I really appreciate it. Also, thank you so much to Antonie for participating in this and making the video more interesting. Do make sure to check him out and subscribe and follow to him using the links given in the description down below, as I said earlier. Also, I hope you enjoyed this different type of walkthrough solves, including a comparison. Do let me know your thoughts on this and whether you like it or not. Thanks for watching, till next time, bye.